Hi guys, welcome back to Ethereal Orb. I am Megan, and I have to say, forgive the mess. It is an awful mess under here. I've been making some jewelry with my skins after the pours, and so I've really been letting them dry so I can peel them up easily to make jewelry out of. And I noticed when I came in, not only was it not dry, but it's also very hideous. And nothing worthy of making jewelry out of. So I'm just going to pour over it, and we'll see. Hopefully I won't end up with overflow today that I'm disappointed that I can't peel up to make jewelry out of, because all this will be under it. So I may be jumping the gun a little bit, getting impatient, but I want to paint. And I should have an extra one of these. This is just drawer liner for in your kitchen. And it peels off really easily. So I guess I need an extra one of these. And some place to move a wet one too, so that I can continue on. So today's pour is kind of inspired by a movie we watched tonight. We watched not Fernando. My husband wants to keep calling it Fernando, so now that's stuck in my head. Ferdinand, which is a cartoon movie about a bull, and it was so adorable, and I just fell in love with Ferdinand, and I thought, oh, pour for Ferdinand. So I have crimson and Payne's gray mixed because he's a bull, so obviously red is very important to bullfighting culture, and it's a great movie. I'm not going to tell you the whole plot, but it has a happy ending because it's a cartoon movie. So anyway, there's also some flowers. Ferdinand loves flowers, so and there's some red in the flowers that's very predominant in the movie. And his fur is black, so I went with Payne's gray. And then I wanted to do white, but I mixed my white with a little bit of this is kind of a soft coppery color that I already had mixed, and I put a little bit of brown in there just because I didn't want it to be quite so stark of the red, the Payne's gray, and then white. So I don't know how well that's coming up on camera. What's dried on the stick is titanium white, and then you can see what's in my cup. So it's not really a not white, it's kind of an off-white, not even quite cream. So I didn't go too far. And these are just paint mixed with water. There's no silicone in them. So I have some idea of what I want to do. We'll see if it works. I'm going to pour around the edges, and then I'm going to do a flip cup in the middle. And this is a bit thicker, this especially, than, what is common with pouring. And I've been playing a bit with my viscosity of my paint and doing some thicker. And then I did some thinner the other day when I was just kind of experimenting. And there's some effects I'm liking with a thicker mix. I usually have it mixed thicker anyway. I don't like a lot of movement after I leave my painting. And anyway, there's some different reasons, but I won't bore you to tears with that. But anyway, this is actually even thicker than I normally use. Okay. So we have the corners covered and all that. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my flip cup, and I'll just do it in here. Okay, black or red. I'm not too worried about getting pink because, like I said, Ferdinand loves flowers. Flowers come in reds and pinks and all those. And let me show you in the cup. You can really see in the cup that my paint is thicker because they are not mixing too much in the cup. Okay, now here's my Payne's gray. My Payne's gray is a little bit thinner than the red. I didn't go with quite a stark black either. For one, I wanted to use my Nova color paints, but also he's a bull, so I figured, you know, he's probably not, you know, quite black. Oh, he's probably not blue either, and Payne's Gray kind of has that bluish look to it. So anyway, it's just what I'm using. Okay. Ready? Oh, look, I got paint on my hand. That's lovely. I told you, it's a total mess in here on my thing. Wipe that off while my flip cup settles. Let me show you. I did this horrible painting with bright colors. I was kind of experimenting and playing around, like I said, with viscosities, and I used these bright colors, and they were just horrid. And it reminds me of that, anybody remember that fruit stripe gum? It was not good. Oh, look, there's Ferdinand. Ah, almost. It's almost a bowl. That is kind of cool. But you know what? I'm going to let that sit for a minute. Because it almost looks like it does want to do some cells. So I'm going to let it do its thing for just a minute. I'm going to pause, actually, because I'm just going to let this sit. Okay, I let it sit just for a minute to let it kind of settle, because it's doing some kind of neat things. And I'm kind of tempted to torch it. I think I might do that. I was not expecting it to really react at all, but it kind of is. Oof. We're going to have to say goodbye to Ferdinand at some point. Tilt, so. A little bit. Not a lot. Okay, so let's tilt and see what we get. I don't want to pour all that edge stuff off because it's, oh look, he's stretching. Okay. Oops, there we go. Sorry. Pull some of that black back in. Don't want to lose all of it. Red is really taking over. Ooh, I really like what's going on over here. Let's see. Stretch that a bit down this way. Not super crazy about all that red negative space kind of that's forming in the middle, but let's see what we can do about that. It's a little bit boring at this point. Probably should have done more than just one layer of each color. Then we would have had a little bit more going on. Okay. That's okay. We can work with it. Trying to decide which way. I'm going to use my straw, and I'm just trying to decide which way I want to go. There's my paper towel here. Wipe my hands off. Might be a lost cause at this point. Okay. I think the only thing under this red is white. So I'm going to see if I can get some of this black to come over here too. I was wrong. There's some black under that red. Okay, now I'm going to, hang on a second. I'm going to, this is kind of what I was hoping was going to happen. I'm going to kind of tilt And then we'll kind of have almost a flower in the middle. And since Ferdinand loved flowers, I was kind of hoping for that. So now I just have to decide if I want to go further with it, because this outer area is not so pretty, and I love this. So I might take it out, because I like this. I just don't like everything that's happening around it. It may just be something that I want to paint over, because this is just so pretty right in here. But do I want the whole painting to look like that? I don't know. Although I could go just up to... Let's keep going with it and just see. Yeah, now it's a little bit too busy. It's kind of what I was afraid of. That's good. But do you see this? Let me zoom in and put this up a little bit closer. This beautiful pattern that forms with this thicker paint mix when you do the layers of the flip cup, and then use a straw and then tilt, and it just forms this really silky, kind of smooth, neat effect. And then we have one of the 7 dwarves right there. Okay, so I kind of lost that round flower thing, but I'm not happy with it. Ooh, focus. Quite yet. Because it's just not, overall, it's just not doing anything for me. Let me pause and sit and stare for a second. Okay, so I'm just going to take this all the way. I've kind of pondered my options, and I think that's what I'm going to do. And then if I want, I can like put a flower stencil or kind of pencil in with chalk a flower, and then paint a negative space over top of it. And I think that's what I might have to do. We'll see what happens when we make it all like this, but I think that's going to be like so chaotic that you lose the interest and the beauty of the details, because there's just going to be too much going on. And I'm going to get rid of this dwarf right here. So, okay, that's enough to... I love this. I just love what this does. Like I said, it's a bit thicker of a mix. And it's just paint and water. Okay. One more quick little tilt, just to kind of make everything pretty. Okay. Now let's see. It's a bit chaotic. It's a bit much, covering the entire canvas. I wish there was something to ground it. Actually, let's try something here. Do I have any more of that white mix left? No, because I used it for my flip cup. Okay, let's see. If I could make all of this white on one end. Shucks. But you can see, bring you down for a close-up. It's almost velvet's not quite the right word, but it's just so soft. Just thinking. If there's a way I can save it other than just painting over an area, which that's fine. I don't mind doing that, but I don't like to leave it feeling unfinished. Okay, guys, I'm going to do one thing, and then I'm going to, oop, I thought I had more of this left. Well, maybe I'm not. I'm going to add some, this isn't going to go on well at all. So I'm going to add some this black down here. Payne's Gray, excuse me. Because I wasn't liking that white edge. Okay, that didn't help anything. It didn't make it worse, but it certainly didn't help anything. So let's see. Back to square one. Okay, I'm gonna have to walk away because I don't think there's anything else I can do to this one except decide. Let me take whether or not to paint over some of it and leave a flower with all these designs, or scrape it.